Hello, all you wastelanders. I just want you to see that I am on the newest patch that they have out, which is the 1.5 blah 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 blah. Just so you could see that these glitches are working with the newest patch that's out. I have both the DLCs in there. I have so it's working fantastic. Just to let you know, I didn't come up with any of these glitches. The glitches were I found on YouTube, which was this great guy named Starlord who puts them out there. I would subscribe to his channel, like his videos, show him that you support what he does because he does a great job of showing these things. The only complaint that I really have is that it sometimes you just don't see how the buttons get pressed to do these glitches. So sometimes you get frustrated and you give up, or you think it's not working for you and it's like a hoax or whatever. But I'm going to show you what buttons to push for these glitches. Well, I have a PlayStation 4, which there, my go Buffalo Bills. I got my controller here. What I do is I put my thumb on the square and I slide it just straight across, and 99.9% of the time it works. I'll show you here in a second, but I just want you to see. But I do it kind of quickly, so you don't want to go slow doing it. You just want to just slide it really quick across, and 99.9% of the time it works. With so far, I haven't had any problems with the caps glitch, but sometimes with the duplicating the wood or the copper or whatever, sometimes it looks like it works. I go to the workbench and it doesn't duplicate, but if you drop it, do it again, it pretty much works. That's why I say 99.9% of the time it works, because sometimes it won't duplicate the stuff. So give me a second and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are now. So what I did was I dropped the wood onto the ground. They say open space. It works fine for me here. It's not too, I mean, I guess it is open space, but right now it works pretty much right there. So once you're in there, what I will do again is I take my finger and have it on the square already, and I just slide it across. Because once you slide it across, you're actually touching the X button or whatever button it is for the Xbox One, and you're actually just sliding across. As you hit the square, you're basically going to be hitting the X and then the circle, but you just want to do it like really fast, and it pretty much works every time. So now I'm at the workbench, and let's see, there it is, 33,000 wood now. So basically you just do that every time. You could transfer it over. You don't want to do too big of quantities, because I've done it where I got like, I think a little over 60,000 and it freezes the game. So you kind of want to avoid that if you want. I usually just do a little bits and then I like store them somewhere, and that way I could keep doing it and then I could add them together later if I need to for settlements and stuff. So here it is again. I got 33,804 wood. Not sure if you can see that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it, and it should separate them. Once you drop it, it should separate them into two different piles. Now, you could do what you could do is you could actually scrap both of them, which will put them into the workbench, and it will combine them into that. I wouldn't recommend that because you will double it into a larger amount, and you may freeze the game. So I usually just take those and I scrap one, and then I'll scrap the other one to get the same amount with the workshop mode. Like here, you go to the workshop mode again, and then again there's the button, just straight across, just quickly slide it right across, and it goes in there. Sometimes the second one doesn't like to work. That's the only time I've ever seen it not really work, but a lot of times it will still do it. It did it right there. So now I'll show you my workbench. Now I have 67,608 pieces of wood in there. So just to show you that it works, you basically do the same thing, the straight across with when you're doing the caps glitch. I'll show you a little sample here in a second. Okay, so here we are. There's the stores. I think you could pretty much do any of them. Armor and I believe weapons are pretty much the same amount, but since Star-Lord put the armor in his video, I'm going to put the armor in my video. Thanks, Star-Lord, again for all the great information you're giving us. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, by the way. Here we go with the... So basically, I'll go over to the third one because that's the one I already have stored. It automatically stores it. So actually when you do it, you actually even get steel and wood along with caps added to your inventory. So that's pretty awesome too. So once you do that, you place it. For me, I have to press cancel for once because I guess I thought my settlement was full and I only could build one, but for some reason it gives me an option to do a second one. So basically, again, just like lately I've been trying to do this with the video, but it's like camera shy, so sometimes it doesn't work right away, and I don't know if it's because of the angle I'm holding the camera or my phone or how I'm doing this, but it works 100% of the time for me with this one. With the dupes with the materials and stuff, that works 99%. Like I said, sometimes 99.9, because sometimes it will look like it did it, but it won't be in the workbench as a duplicate, but then I go and drop it again, and then it works right away after that. So let's see if this time it will actually go right away. Again, I just slide my thumb across the square to the circle, and while I'm doing that, I'm pressing the X, which I don't think it did it. Hold on. No, it was being shy again. That's only the third time it didn't work right away, only because I'm shooting the video. When I'm not shooting the video and I do this, the square to the circle, it works 100% of the time when I'm not holding, because I only use one hand anyways, but usually I put both my hands on the controller because it stabilizes a little bit better. I don't know if that's part of it, but it worked. So basically here it is again. I'll just slide my... That time it did it. See that? So what it does is it stores it, and so you get wood and you get steel and you get caps. So let's do that again. Let me zoom out just a little bit more so I don't have to reach as far with my controller here. So like I said, I have to do this and then I have to cancel, and now again there, it did it right away. That's probably what it was. Oops, I have my toolbox back there. I don't want to... Okay, so there you go. So like I said, it works 100% of the time when I'm not filming. There you could see that I've got 3,000 bottle caps. It looks like it only stored it once, but it did work. There you see I have 46,112 caps, because I've been doing it for a while before I started doing this video. Then I realized that, you know what, people don't really show the buttons that you're really the sequence or whatever, the smashing of the buttons that you're supposed to do. So again, I just slide it right across. So the Xbox One, probably the same thing, just slide it across. I'm not really sure how the controller is, if you could do it the same way, if it's bulkier or whatever, but I just slide it across, and you can just keep doing that, and it will give you tons of caps. Plus, see, it gives you steel. See, I didn't have any steel in there before, and now I have 2 steel. I did have wood in there before because I did that sample of the wood glitching when I did that duplicate for the wood. So basically, it's this exact same button smash. You just slide your thumb from the X to the circle, and it will hit the square to the circle, and it will hit that X on the way. But you just want to do it quick, like, and then it will just pretty much store. I mean, I haven't had a problem with it. I don't know if it will work for anybody else. So hopefully that will help you get your duplications in there, or your bottle caps in there. And if you have any questions, you could just give me a comment, and I'll try to help you out a little bit more. But again, thanks, Star-Lord. Subscribe to his YouTube channel and give him a like, and you can follow him on Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff, because he does a lot of good content for Fallout, and he's great at that kind of stuff. So all right, see you guys later.